September 1953. A small chemical company in San Diego called Rocket Chemical Company, 3 employees, 1 room, receives an urgent request from the United States Navy. They need a rust inhibitor for ships exposed to salt spray. But the real customer isn't the Navy. It's Convair, the aerospace contractor building the Atlas missile, America's first intercontinental ballistic missile. The Atlas has a problem. The Atlas is designed to deliver a nuclear warhead to Moscow, 5,000 miles, from a standing start in an underground silo somewhere in the American Midwest. The Soviet Union has just tested its first thermonuclear weapon. The clock is running. The Atlas is a crash program, highest national priority. The problem is weight. To reach 5,000 miles, the Atlas needs to be light, impossibly light. Convair's solution is radical. No rigid airframe. The missile's fuel tanks are the structure. They call them balloon tanks. Thin stainless steel, stacked like stovepipes, welded at the seams, inflated with nitrogen gas to maintain rigidity. The tanks are so thin they collapse under their own weight when empty. Paper thin, literally. This saves weight. It also creates corrosion nightmares. The missiles sit in underground silos for months at a time, waiting. Moisture seeps in. Salt from the coastal air at test sites. Condensation from temperature changes. The steel corrodes. If the outer skin weakens, the nitrogen pressure drops, and the missile collapses before it ever leaves the ground. Convair needs a coating that displaces water, prevents rust, and stays stable for months on unpainted steel in a sealed underground environment. They ask Rocket Chemical Company to solve it. Rocket Chemical Company has a team of 3. Norman Larson, the president, 2 chemists, a small lab, no budget for extensive testing. They work by trial and error. They test solvents, oils, mixtures. They apply coatings to steel samples. Wait, check for rust, refine the formula, try again. Attempt 1 fails. Too volatile. Evaporates before it protects anything. Attempt 5 fails. Leaves residue that traps moisture underneath. Attempt 12 fails. Works on clean steel. Fails on contaminated surfaces. They keep records. Each failure narrows the problem. Hydrocarbons for displacement. Mineral oil for protection. Something to penetrate corrosion that's already started. By attempt 39, they're close. The formula displaces water. It prevents rust, but it doesn't penetrate deep enough into existing corrosion. 1 more adjustment. Attempt 40 works. Water displacement, 40th formula. WD-40. They shipped the first batch to Convair in 1953. Convair tests it on Atlas prototype airframes. It works. Water rolls off the steel. Rust stops forming. The coating stays stable for months. Convair orders more. WD-40 becomes the standard corrosion inhibitor for every Atlas missile produced. Between 1957 and 1965, approximately 350 Atlas missiles are built. Every single one is coated with WD-40. Convair engineers and mechanics quickly discover that WD-40 does more than protect missile skins. It loosens seized bolts, cleans tools, penetrates rust on equipment, removes grease, displaces moisture from electrical contacts. The problem is that WD-40 is classified as aerospace-grade military material. It's not for sale. The only WD-40 in existence is at Convair, in unmarked metal cans, locked in supply rooms, tracked by inventory control. Employees start sneaking it home. They pour small amounts into thermoses, hide cans in lunchboxes, smuggle it out in their coat pockets. They use it at home, fix their lawn mowers, loosen rusted bicycle chains, clean their tools, protect their fishing reels from salt water, stop door hinges from squeaking, remove lipstick stains from shirt collars. One technician uses it to keep ants off his picnic table. It works. Word spreads. More employees start taking it home. The supply disappears faster than Rocket Chemical Company can restock it. Convair notices. Instead of cracking down on the theft, they report it back to Norman Larson. Larson sees an opportunity. If Convair employees are willing to steal a rust inhibitor to use at home, there's a consumer market. In 1958, Larson experiments with aerosol packaging. He fills small cans, adds a propellant, tests the spray pattern. It works. He approaches hardware stores in San Diego. He offers them WD-40 in aerosol cans for a consumer sale. The first cans hit store shelves in San Diego in 1958. Blue and yellow, red cap. The label reads WD-40, water displacement, 40th formula, multi-use product, penetrates, protects, lubricates. Sales are slow at first, 45 cases per day in 1960, sold from the trunks of 7 employees' cars to hardware and sporting goods stores across San Diego. The company is still making other rust inhibitors and degreasers for aerospace clients. WD-40 is a side project. In September 1961, Hurricane Carla hits the Texas Gulf Coast, Category 4, winds up to 175 miles per hour. Storm surge floods thousands of vehicles, machinery, and electrical equipment. When the water recedes, everything is soaked, corroded, seized, unusable. A relief coordinator calls Rocket Chemical Company. They need something to recondition flooded equipment, thousands of vehicles. Can WD-40 help? Rocket Chemical Company receives its first full truckload order. Employees come in on Saturday to produce additional concentrate. They ship it to Texas. Relief teams spray it on flooded engines, electrical systems, tools, pumps. It displaces the salt water, loosens the corrosion, gets equipment running again. The order transforms the company. Demand spikes. By 1965, major airlines, Delta, United, are using WD-40 for aircraft maintenance. Fixed and movable joints on DC-8 and Boeing 720 aircraft. Control lines, metal parts in storage. They develop a variant called WD-60 specifically for cleaning turbines. In 1969, Rocket Chemical Company officially changes its name to WD-40 Company. John Barry, the new president, makes a strategic decision. The company will produce only one product, WD-40, nothing else. He shifts marketing from aerospace specialty product to universal garage staple. He emphasizes versatility, not rust prevention, not lubrication, everything. WD-40 does everything. Squeaking door, WD-40, stuck bolt, WD-40, corroded battery terminals, WD-40, gum on carpet, WD-40. The strategy works. By 1973, WD-40 goes public. By the 1990s, it's in 80% of American households. The original formula developed in 1953 is still in use today. It has never been patented. Patents require public disclosure of the formula. Rocket Chemical Company chose trade secret protection instead. The formula is kept in a secure bank vault in San Diego. In 1961, one minor adjustment was made. Mineral spirits were added to mask the petroleum scent. That's the only change in over 70 years. The formula is a mixture of hydrocarbons, exact composition unknown. Independent chemical analysis has identified mineral oil, Stoddard solvent, carbon dioxide propellant. but the precise ratios and any proprietary additives remain secret. Only a handful of people know the complete formula. WD-40 has been inducted into the International Air and Space Hall of Fame at the San Diego Air and Space Museum. It's used in every industry: automotive, marine, aviation, manufacturing, households, military. It's sold in over 176 countries. The spray that was designed to keep a nuclear missile from corroding in an underground silo now unsticks zippers, removes crayon from walls, and protects fishing equipment. From Attempt 40 in a San Diego lab to 2 billion cans sold worldwide. Same formula, same blue and yellow can, same red top. The Atlas missiles are gone. Retired in 1965, replaced by solid fuel ICBMs that didn't need balloon tanks or constant corrosion protection. The last Atlas missile left active service nearly 60 years ago. WD-40 outlasted the weapon it was designed to protect.